Hey truckers, hey trucker babes. So in today's video, we're going to talk about what school I went to. So in the next clip, I'm going to share a screenshot of the name, number, and location. That was 160 Driving Academy. It's a great school. I hope you screenshotted that. If not, go back and screenshot. How school works is the very first week, all you're going to be doing is studying for that CDL permit test. Even if you have your CDL permit, you're still going to be studying for that CDL permit test. At the end of their class, they're going to give you a test, their own CDL permit test, to make sure you're ready to take the original test. You get a couple times to pass it. I know y'all want to kiki with people, meet new people. Pay attention to that test, I'm telling you. It's a lot of information to soak up, especially if you've never dealt with any type of vehicle. Me personally, I hadn't, so everything was a foreign language to me. I had no idea. It took me 3 times to pass the test. 3 times. I was focused. I was locked in, paying attention. So boom, first week, strictly studying for that CDL permit test. Second week, you get that whole second week off, but because you have to pass your drug test, yes, pass your drug test. Stop smoking. I cannot say this enough. Do not take that drug test if you're even iffy on if you're going to pass it. Make sure you pass that drug test. If you need to take an at-home test, do that. If you need to detox, do that. Whatever you do, pass that drug test. And get your CDL permit in hand, like the paper. You have to have it in hand, and your DOT physical. They want both of those, because while you go to school where you're actually in a truck driving big boys, you have to bring that every morning. If you don't bring it every morning, you can't even drive. So don't even waste your time if you left that shit at home. You got all 3 of those things out the way. Then you move to the next step, which is week 3. Now you're over at Clipper Stadium and you're actually getting in a truck. So the first couple of days you're not going to drive. You're strictly going to be doing pre-trip. I'm so sorry for you. Study that paper, because when I say you have to say word for word, you have to study word for word. They won't even let you start driving a truck until you get that pre-trip right. So you're going to have to do it in cab and outside the cab, under the hood, and the whole trailer. It's a whole thing. But I will say about 160 Driving Academy is they have a whole script. Obviously you have to know exactly what you're talking about, but they have a whole script word for word, which makes it so much easier. Once you move on past pre-trip, now you're moving on to the next step. You're going to be doing straight backing. Well, you're going to drive forward, then you're going to be doing straight backing. You're going to be doing that repetitively. You're going to get annoyed. Then you're going to move on to the maneuverability. There's 2 maneuverabilities. So one is preparing you for the test, because the last maneuverability you're actually going to be doing on your real test. So the first one is just getting you prepared. You're going to be over here, drive up to the cone, then they're going to want you to back it over here. So there's 2 areas up here, 1 meeting point, backing it. And the last one is the actual test. I'm not even going to try to explain that. I'm just going to show you a diagram of that. Once you get done with a certain amount of hours of that, which feels like forever, because like I said, all you're doing is that all day, and you're gonna not want to practice. I'm telling you, I know it's annoying, but just keep practicing. Even if you feel like you got it, keep doing it at least a couple of times a day. I'm telling you, it's going to help. There were days where I felt like I had it and I was perfect every time I did it. Then the next day I would come and I don't know what happened. I just lost it. So like I said, just keep practicing, keep practice. Now you're done with that. You're moving on to the road. This is where it's going to be you, maybe 3 other people, and your instructor. So mind you, you have to share the time with other people. So each day you might be getting 2 hours. I don't know. It depends on how many students are there. The way they taught us the on-the-road test, our little run-through, it was pretty accurate. So I would pay close attention to what they're saying when you're doing your on-the-road practice test. It's pretty spot on. Mind y'all, I graduated in 2025. It's 2026, so everything should be pretty accurate or up to date. Not sure what rules have changed or anything of like that, but it really shouldn't be too much. This just happened. Okay, so now you got all your hours, you're all done. Now it's time to schedule your real test. Yes, your real test. So exciting. But during the waiting period, because you may have a wait time, they will let you come. I want to say damn near every day that they're open and do a practice run of the maneuverability. I thought that was so nice because, like I said, you can lose it if you don't use it. So please use every bit of opportunity that they give you because they will give you plenty of opportunity. That's one thing about 160 I love. They want you to pass your test. Don't worry, I didn't forget money talk. All right, so 160 pricing. Me personally, I paid out of pocket. So out of pocket, it really differs. I believe they still do price matching. So do your research. If you can find something for low, tell them, and I'm pretty sure they price match. They did it whenever I went to school. So I price match and I got it for a really good price. I want to say I got it for $4,000. I used my last $4,000 to do this. So if that don't tell you something, they have more options. There's Ohio Means Jobs. I almost did that. I thought they would take too long, but when I went to school and talked to somebody, it only took 2 weeks. Yeah, so look into that. Ohio Means Jobs. That's a real good opportunity if you meet the requirements. Then there's also check in with your jobs because there was people there from Amazon, Dollar General, other places. They will pay for your stuff. I did not know that, but they will pay for your schooling. So check in with your job, see what they're willing to offer. Check out all opportunities. They do have a payment plan that I forgot about. They do half up front of whatever price they give you. And then after that first week, you'll pay a quarter of it. And then after the next week, you'll pay the rest of it, which I thought was pretty cool. It's a little help if you have a job on the side and you need to make up that money because you don't want to give up your last. I understand. Do that if you need to do that. Whatever works for you. I hope this video helped you in any kind of way. If I missed anything, let me know and I will double back and let you know. So I hope you take the chance. I hope you bet on you because it's worth it. When I say it's worth it, you're going to make that money back. Trust me. If you have the time and opportunity, do it. But do what's best for you. Only you can make that choice. Good luck. Bye, guys.